people today. They could spend half their lives over 50. That's a lot of living. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender in your corner. A friend like AARP. So your health lives longer.
This is just slow-mo karate?
Just slow-mo karate.
Your money lives longer.
I just bought that.
I just sold that.
And your happiness lives longer. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Hello, my name is Teresa Collins, and I am an Executive Council member for AARP Illinois. AARP, a nonprofit, nonpartisan member organization, has been working to promote the health and well-being of older Americans for more than 60 years. AARP Illinois is proud to represent all those who are 50 plus in Illinois and our 1.7 million members. And we thank you for the opportunity to be your wise friend and fierce defender. Our mission is to enhance the quality of life for all as we age, leading positive social change and delivering value to members through advocacy, service, and information. At AARP, we know that staying fit is one of the pillars of healthy living, and we want to help you on your fitness journey. Physical activity can boost memory, improve thinking, and even lower dementia risk. It's not too late to start. AARP is proud to offer today's virtual event to start or continue you on your fitness journey. Have a wonderful class and enjoy.
Okay, so we will do another gentle yoga stretch today. So mostly on the floor, on our backs, on our seats, on our bellies, on the mat. So if you have a mat, we will start with coming on down to our backs, however feels the most comfortable for you. So you can have your legs extended long, you could have your legs bent with your feet on the earth. The knees could be dropping in toward one another if that's the case. Arms could be alongside the body or perhaps connecting hands to heart and belly. As we take these first few moments to settle into this space wherever you may be. Settling into this time that you've taken for your practice, for yourself. Time for practicing, offering yourself some kindness, compassion, acceptance to wherever you may be in each and every moment. Accepting the changes that arise, that will always arise. Beginning to notice, become more aware of the breath. Perhaps deepening and lengthening it. Perhaps slowing it down. Or finding whatever rhythm, whatever pattern feels best for you. Beginning to notice maybe that the mind begins to slow a bit as well. Even amidst the distractions of life, externally and internally. And if not, that's okay. It's a constant practice. One that you can come back to when you remember to take a moment to pause, to be, to breathe. Begin to notice the body as you take a mental scan of how everything is feeling. Noticing where you may want to be a bit more gentle with yourself. Remembering that this is your time, so make it enjoyable for you and listen to yourself. Practice trusting yourself. Practice exploring variations of shapes and poses. Skip something that doesn't feel right, add something that does. Make this practice as unique as you. So if you wish, you could start to take a big full body stretch. Reach the legs long, reach the arms overhead, maybe point and flex the feet, roll the wrists and ankles. Feel some cracks and pops. And we'll start to bring that right knee in as you give it a hug. Hands anywhere to that right leg. Left leg is long. Think about flexing through both feet. And if it feels better, you can always allow that right leg to fall more open to the right, outside of the ribs, squeezing the knee more toward the shoulder, allowing for more space in the upper body, or a different sensation that you may be needing. And breathe. We'll start to find a half-happy baby as we find the right foot or ankle or anywhere else along the leg with the right hand. Maybe you begin to extend to draw the sole of that right foot to face the sky, drawing that knee toward the earth, the underarm. If it's better, you could always keep the sole of the foot facing more forward or kind of in between. That left leg could stay extended long, or if you wish, you could bend the left leg, plant the foot on the earth, and let the left knee fall open to the left, coming to the outer edge of that foot. And breathe. Wherever that left foot might be, let's plant it on the earth and start to gently cross that right outer ankle over the top of that left thigh just above the knee. Trying to keep that right foot flexed and trying to encourage the right knee away from the upper body by gently pressing that ankle into the thigh, or perhaps using that right hand to press against that right inner thigh. You can stay right here with that left foot on the earth, or you could start to lift it up, hug the legs in, holding on to that lower right leg, or perhaps that right arm goes in the space between the legs as the hands find the left leg or one another. Perhaps that right elbow presses into that right thigh. To come back to noticing the body and the breath. If that left foot is lifted, gently begin to release to the earth. And cross that right leg, and we'll take the feet wide-ish. They can be wider than the hips, maybe to the outer edges of your mat. Maybe you find stillness, drop the knees in toward one another. Or maybe you windshield wiper the legs side to side, allowing the knees to drop to the right, to the left. Moving at your pace and with your breath. And coming back up through center, we'll switch sides as we extend that right leg long. Begin to hug that left knee in. Hands anywhere to that left leg. Think about flexing through the feet. Again, if it feels better, you can always allow that left leg fall more open to the left, outside of the ribs. Trying to keep the right side grounded if possible. Yet always finding what feels best for you. And we'll begin to find that half-happy baby. You can always keep that leg wide, the sole of foot facing forward. That might be right for you today. Or you could start to find that left foot or ankle or somewhere else along the leg with that left hand. Sole of that left foot faces the sky-ish, knee toward the earth-ish, or foot can always be facing more in between. And that right leg can stay extended long, or you can bend the leg, plant the foot on the earth, and maybe allow that right knee to fall open to the right, coming to the outer edge of that foot. Breathe. Wherever that right foot might be planted on the earth. And we'll find our reclined figure 4 back pigeon as we cross that left outer ankle to the top of that right thigh just above the knee. Again, think about encouraging that left knee away from the upper body, pressing that ankle into the thigh, maybe pressing left hand into the left thigh. You could stay right here, right foot grounded, or begin to lift the right foot to hug the legs in, holding that lower left leg, or perhaps hands find that right leg. Coming back to the breath, the body, releasing, relaxing. Maybe noticing different sensations on how this side feels. And if that right foot is lifted, gently start to release across the left. And then again, you can take both feet wide. Maybe you'd like some stillness, dropping those knees into one another. Or maybe you'd like that movement, allowing the legs to fall right to left, side to side, at your pace. And gently come back up through center as you begin to bring both knees in. Give yourself a hug. Hands can come to the knees or the thighs. You can stay still. You could rock on the spine a few times, side to side. You could roll the knees in circles a few times in one direction and then the other. As you feel ready, begin to make your way to your seat. You can take the feet to the earth, gently press up, or rock on the spine a few times, front to back. As you make your way to your comfortable-ish seated cross-leg shape. Take a moment to fidget to adjust. Palms can be up or down on the knees or thighs. You can shrug out the shoulders. And as you're ready, start to find your stillness. As you think about having a long spine, crown of the head reaches toward the sky, and coming back to noticing your breath. And we'll begin to gently turn the face to the right, so the chin is slightly over that right shoulder. Perhaps you find a bit of a stretch through the left side of the neck. Perhaps not. Perhaps it's a sensation somewhere else. Gently coming back through center. And as you exhale, gently turn the face to the left. And gently back through center. This time gently tilt the head to the right, so the right ear toward the right shoulder. And up through center. Exhale, tilting to the left. Left ear toward that left shoulder. Gently inhale back up. And then we'll slightly tilt the face upward-ish, as much as is comfortable. So maybe feeling a sensation through the back of the neck and or the front of the neck, the throat. And then gently come back up through center as you slowly take the chin toward the chest. Next, inhale, begin to circle, sweep the arms all the way up toward the sky, biceps by the ears, fingers reach high. Maybe that face tilts up slightly. Hands come to touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, we'll take that right hand to the earth next to that right hip as we reach the left arm up a little bit higher. Take an exhale as you start to lean to the right. So any amount of a bend in that right elbow, maybe a small bend, maybe a big bend, maybe you come down onto that right forearm. Maybe you tilt your face up under that left arm, perhaps finding a stretch along that left side of the body. And then we'll slowly make our way into a twist from here. So you can begin to start sliding that right hand behind the low back as you begin to take that left hand to that right knee or thigh. Gently twisting that upper body toward the right. And breathe. And gently start to come back through center as you reach both arms up high once again. Other side as we exhale, take that left hand to the earth next to the left hip. Inhale as you reach those right fingers a little bit higher, and exhale as you take a lean to the left. So again, as much of a bend in that left elbow as is okay, maybe even coming to that left forearm, maybe tilting the face up under that right arm. And then we'll gently find that twist as we start to slide that left hand behind the low back and start to gently bring that right hand to the left leg. Slowly twisting that upper body toward the left and breathing. Inhale, start to gently come back up through center, reach those arms high. And exhale, hands to heart. So we'll start to transition onto hands and knees. as we find our tabletop shape. We're on our shins and tops of feet. Toes are facing that back short side of your space. Fingers are spread wide, thinking about grounding into the fingertips, maybe a slight micro bend in the elbows. Hands can be a bit forward or spun out a bit, or maybe using blocks or books or pillows, anything that feels comfortable for you. As we start to find some cat-cows, inhale, dropping through the belly, underneath the spine. Crown of the head, tail upward-ish. Exhale, rounding the spine, press the earth away, chin toward the chest. Inhale, arching up for cow, arching the spine. And exhale, round for cat. So take a few more rounds as you take this on your own, moving at your pace and with your breath, and perhaps adding some extra movements as you shift front to back or side to side, or whatever else feels good. Coming back up through to your tabletop. Let's begin to crawl ourselves forward as we come onto our bellies. So you could take your chin or forehead to the earth. And we'll take a few back bend, baby cobra situations, variations. So the hands are underneath the shoulders, and then the rest of the arm is kind of squeezing in toward the sides, toward the ribs. Your legs, tops of feet can be down. You can have your legs a little bit more apart or closer together, whatever feels best. Grounding into those fingertips, let's start to inhale. Lift the face and the heart off of the earth. Face is still toward the earth. Exhale, gently release, chin or forehead back down. Inhale as you lift up once again. This time, if you wish, maybe you hover the hands. So using those arms to squeeze into the sides and maybe feeling the back. And gently release once again. And then we'll take one more as we'll begin to slide the hands forward, come up onto the forearms. So finding a sphinx shape. So we're on the forearms, and the upper arms could be in closer toward the ribs. Fingers are still facing that top short side. And then think about lifting through the face and the heart, pulling that heart through the upper arms. If this is too much, you can always walk those hands more forward so that the elbows are like further away from the upper body. And breathe. And gently begin to release all the way back down. Taking the hands back underneath the shoulders and begin to press yourself up and back into a child's shape. So hips toward the heels. You could widen the knees and take the big toes to touch if you would like to allow for more space in the upper body. As you begin to maybe bring the forehead to the earth, or you can bend the arms, take the forehead to the top of stacked forearms or hands. You can keep those arms reaching out in front of you, biceps by the ears. Or you could always take the arms to your side. Maybe you take a few movements with the hips side to side, countering the back bends that we just did. And start to slowly and gently come back up through center, finding that tabletop. And we'll begin to transition back onto our seats. So however you wish to get there. We'll take a butterfly shape as we take the soles of the feet together. Allow the knees to drop out to the left, to the right. You can have the feet close toward the body or further out away from you. And you can take the hands to the ankles. Maybe you interlace the hands around the toes. Maybe you take the hands to the earth in front of the shins, the ankles. And you can slightly hinge forward at the hips. Maybe the elbows press into the calves. You can keep your face and heart forward. Or if you wish, you could start to round the head toward the earth, the feet. And breathe. And begin to gently press yourself back up. Take a breath as As you start to pick the knees up and plant the feet back on the earth. And then we'll start to make our way back to our backs. So coming down however feels best for you. You can slowly make your way down, gently, and again, however feels best, feels right. And then we'll begin to find some reclined twists. So if you wish, you can extend that left leg long and hug that right knee in as we did earlier. And then we'll take that left hand to the outer right thigh as we gently carry that right leg across the body to the outside of that left leg, gently rolling onto the left hip. You could stay here. You could extend that right arm straight out from the right shoulder to a T. You could stay here. You could extend that left arm. You could turn your face gently to the right. You could take something totally and completely different. Perhaps you'd prefer to have both legs stacked and bent on top of one another. Perhaps something different with the arms. Perhaps not a twist at all. So again, find what feels best for you in this moment. Knowing that something else may feel best in another moment. We'll begin to gently come back through center, perhaps giving that right leg another hug, and then begin to switch sides. So if you're taking this version, you can extend that right leg long as you begin to hug that left knee in. And then you could take that right hand to the outer left thigh as you gently carry the left leg across the body to the outside of the right, rolling up onto that right hip. And then you can stay here, that left arm can stay at your side, face to the sky. You could extend that left arm straight out from the left shoulder to a T. You could gently turn your face to the left. You could take something different with the arms and legs. And breathe. Slowly and gently back through center. Perhaps that left leg gets another hug. And then we'll begin to take both feet to the earth once again, so knees toward the sky. We'll take a reclined butterfly shape for a moment, as we were on our seats. So we'll start to drop the knees open to the left and right, and maybe the soles of the feet come together, maybe not. Maybe, if that's too much on the legs, the hips, you have the arms at your sides and slide kind of ball up the fists and slide the fists underneath the thighs for a bit of support. You could also use blocks or books or pillows or whatever you may have or need. You can also skip this. So just noticing what you may need. Begin to gently bring the knees back in. Feet to the earth. You can walk those feet wide-ish, maybe outer edges of feet, outer edges of mat. You could find some stillness. The knees were just out. You can drop the knees in toward one another. Or if you'd like, you can find that windshield wiper movement from earlier and allow those legs to fall to the right, to the left, side to side. Back through center if you were moving. Give both legs a hug, squeezing the knees in, holding on anywhere to the legs that you wish. You can stay still or you can gently rock side to side. Perhaps you'd like to widen the legs, letting the soles of the feet stay forward, or finding a happy baby variation, perhaps reaching for the feet or anywhere along the legs, and drawing the soles of the feet to face the sky-ish, knees toward the earth, the underarms-ish. Maybe you find your movement here, rocking side to side, moving through the legs. And as you feel ready, when you feel ready, begin to find your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Slowly releasing the legs back to the earth. Your feet could always stay planted, or you could extend your legs out long and wide, maybe letting the toes fall open to the sides. Arms could be alongside the body, palms up or down, or hands to heart and belly. Or maybe you'd rather take something totally and completely different. Whatever you may need to take so that you can find a few moments of practicing stillness. Of beginning to practice releasing any residual tension left in the body. Softening the temples, separating the teeth and unclenching the jaw. Relaxing the throat, shoulders, all the way down the arms to the fingertips. Allowing the breath to rise and fall as you practice softening the belly, low back, all the way down the legs to the toes. With each exhale, perhaps you sink a bit deeper into the earth and into relaxation. If you have the time, feel free to stay here for as long as you may need. Allow yourself the time to rest. If you do need to or want to begin moving on, start with deepening your breath. And begin to bring some slow, small, and gentle movements back into your body. Gently wiggling your fingers and your toes. Beginning to roll your wrists and your ankles. Perhaps gently rock your arms and your legs side to side. Find something else that might feel good for you. Maybe you begin to reach the arms up overhead, find a big full body stretch. Perhaps you'd like to bring the knees in and give yourself a hug before rolling onto your favorite side in sleeping child's pose. As you rest your head in your bicep pillow, and take a few more grounding breaths. And take a few moments of gratitude for taking this time for your practice and for yourself. For practicing offering yourself some kindness, compassion, and acceptance, so that you can also take that out into the world toward others. Gratitude for all your blessings in life, big and small. Gratitude for all the good, remembering there is more good than anything else. As you're ready, gently press yourself to a comfortable seat. Take your time in getting there. And take another moment to reflect on the breath, remembering the restorative effects that it can have on the mind and body. Knowing that you can come to these breaths of intention and awareness at any time throughout your day to find a sense of peace, presence, being. As you're ready, inhale the arms up. And exhale, hands to heart. May you have compassion in your thoughts. May you have kindness in your words and actions. May you have love and peace in your hearts. Today as you go forward, may you be happy, may you be healthy, may you feel love and find peace. Thank you for joining. Until next time, take care and be well.